Hello, my name is Jim, and welcome to a Kerbal Quickie. This is just a little video that I'm going to do. If I have little side projects or just little things I want to show off, but they aren't part of the other series I do, I'll just have these little Kerbal Quickies, and we'll see how those go. Just little short videos most of the time. But anyway, this particular Quickie was inspired by a thread on Reddit started by Sand500. I'll post a link down below in the description. But what he did is he built a ship that had the boosters above all the other stages. So he had it kind of backwards. And based on some of the responses in the thread, I thought, well, what other ways could you do it? And so what I did is I put my booster stages in the middle. So inside out is the name of the ship. As you can see, the solid boosters in the middle, then the next stage farther out, and then the final stage on the outside. And then, of course, there's the middle stage. Let's go see how this actually flies. So I have lots of struts all over the place. SAS on. Don't need much throttle for the first one. These boosters take care of most of the velocity we need at the lower part. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Hardly need any thrust from those guys. You have to remember to throttle up before the boosters, solid boosters, run out. Alright, looks like they're getting close. Those guys are a little concerned. Alright, let's throttle this up. Alright, so they've dropped away nicely from the center of the ship. It's pretty stable. I'm liking how it's flying right now. Let's kind of get a clamor shot. There we go. Alright. Good velocity. Bring it down just a touch, so we'll stay around 200 when we hit 10,000. Start a gravity turn. Into the sun. There go the center stages. One may have clipped. Alright, let's take a look at resources and the map. And that's climbing nicely. So it's pretty darn stable for how wacky it is. I use some struts, but not like tons of them. I had this weird problem though, that this tank is actually feeding these outside tanks, so I had to loop a fuel line back into it. So this stays full. Otherwise this would be drained out. Meanwhile these guys, yep, that's going down. Let's take a look at our AppWaps. Climbing nicely. They're calming down a little bit, so I don't seem as concerned. Alright, moving up to 50,000. 1,000 meters per second. So I'm kind of slipping sideways, but not too bad. It's not the most efficient craft, they're just a lark. I thought I'd try it out, see if I can make something that would actually fly and get into orbit. And I have more than enough altitude there. Let's take a look at these. So those are empty, those are half full, and of course the center tank is still full. Not really a lot of extra torque. Just have the capsule torque. But that should be enough. Getting close to space. Alright, stabilize that, check this. Still a minute 30 away from AppWapses, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video to that point. Alright, time to go ahead and start our burn. Let's go. Since we have some extra altitude, we'll go ahead and not that far below the horizon, but just a little bit below the horizon and get mostly horizontal velocity. There we go. And okay, we're still there. Because these engines aren't going to cut off, because like I said, it's still feeding from the center, so when this runs out, I want to cut these off. Let's just cut for a second there. We're really close to orbit. Just have a little bit left, so let's go ahead and burn that off. Oh, I think we've achieved orbit. Almost. Alright, let's go ahead and get a good view to watch the separation. I don't know if that fuel problem is because I use manifold separators here, or the other kind would prevent that, so I'll have to experiment and play around with that. Or maybe you guys can explain what's going on with that. This feeds through these girders into these fuel tanks. But anyway, here's the separation. Very, very cool. And now just a slight burn. That should do it. 84, 91. And we are in orbit. So that is my patented inside-out rocket design with the boosters on the inside and going on to the outside. I want to thank you for joining me. Have a great day.